we were there, and I walked around and saw my friends, and they said, boy, this is the first time we've been out since, I think it's been about a month and a half. But they were just kind of enjoying that time together, which they needed to do. So that's another way that someone can help support the adoptive process. That's great. That's a great way to look at it. You know, when I spoke with my sister, sometimes she'd tell me of some of her experiences, even perhaps on the way to adoption, but how thrilled she is to have been adopted, and now she's adopted someone to add to her family. She has 2 biological children, but she has also adopted as well. And I'm just very proud of her and for her what she's done and her outlook. But I'm sure there are those experiences that are not only challenging, but those experiences that kind of let you know that it was really the right thing to do. I know I've had times, I've not adopted, but I've had times with my daughter that that I've looked in her eyes and just so proud of her and just said, honey, it's just an honor being your dad. Those are moments that I still remember and get a little bit choked up over even when I talk about it. I'm sure you've had some of those moments too as adoptive parents. Can you just share a little bit of that?
We both took a breath, so.
You did?
Yeah, well, I can this is the one that stands out in my mind. I can tell you so many stories about my kids, but my 13-year-old daughter pretty much has been in care since she was 3. And unfortunately, the system worked with her mom for a long time trying to get her back, but it never happened. And so you see this girl who has all this hurt, all this anger, all this disappointment in her life, and then she comes into our home, and we know she was supposed to be a part of our home. So even in that, regardless of the behavior she displayed or the attitude that she displayed or the aggression or whatever we went through with her, we stood on that foundation that, God, you called us to this, and you chose this child for our home. We just know. And so the first time she called me mom, the first time she allowed me to hold her and she cried, those are those cherishing moments. Those are those moments that remind me that I'm in the right place and I'm doing the right thing. You know, it's just awesome. I mean, it's just awesome.
That's great. Hey, I didn't even experience it. Now I'm living it with you now. That's awesome. That really is wonderful.
Yeah. Well, I ditto what Kim says. I think when I get home, the best part of my day is when I get home and I see my wife and my two girls. So give a big hug and just love it. And that's the great part and the fun part of the day. You also, as a parent, you have challenges. You have to be, you have to discipline and train them and help them to learn the right way in their life. And so that's the part as a parent you have to take seriously as well. But I find joy in all those things, even the tough times. So that commitment level is there for me. And adoption is a little bit catchy. My mother was adopted, so I've always had a positive image towards adoption, and my daughters have a positive image towards adoption. So I wouldn't be surprised if someday they adopt. So it's catchy. It's also an occupational hazard. If you work like at Bethany, at a place where we do this work, you tend to get attracted to adopting. So anyway.
And adoption is a lifetime. I got this quote from a 17-year-old girl who's actually available for adoption. And she told me she's 17 and she wants a family. And you'd say, well, you're about to be an adult. But she's like, no, I don't care what they look like. I don't care if they're black or if they're white. I don't care if they have young kids or old kids. I don't care if it's a single mom, single dad, 2-parent. I don't care. I want to be able, when I go off to college, to have somewhere to come home through the summer, Thanksgiving, Christmas. I want somebody to walk me down the aisle. I want somewhere to come when I have kids. It's not just until these kids turn 18. You have so many families that say, well, they're 13 or they're 14, and they want those younger ones that they can mold. But think about all those things that you can do for that teenager and that young adult. It's a lifetime.
Boy, that's That's so good. And coming from the mouth of a 17-year-old, you're saying these things, and it takes me back. I'm still remembering walking my daughter down the aisle and how beautiful she looked and how it felt to have her arm in mine. And those are absolutely special times. And you're right, it doesn't end when they leave home, because now my son-in-law and my daughter, we're still very close, and that's the way it should be. The son as well that I love. Those are great thoughts and great memories, and so you're building those memories now, building history for these young people, and that's a wonderful thing. If someone really wants to get in touch once again and become a partner with Bethany, with the Project Open Arms, or what's that number again?
Well, you can always call the 1-800-BETHANY, and Project Open Arms also has its own number.
Oh, okay.
And that number is 866-604-0115.
86604.
No, 604-0115.
I should just let you say it and leave it alone, I think.
One more time?
Hey, please say it again.
866-604-0115.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I'm just hoping and praying that some folks will feel that call and will contact you. There are a variety of young people out there that need to be adopted. There are a variety of organizations dealing with it. I'm certainly glad that you're doing it and you're involved, and I appreciate the work that you do, the loving work, but how it blesses young people that should and need to be blessed. Thank you very much for being on the program. Thank you for sharing about the program you're involved in, Project Open Arms, but thank you for sharing with us your own lives and your experiences. And we're just hoping that some of you will feel that call and become involved in adoption or even in foster care, if that's where your heart is, but to help some of these kids that really need to be helped. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is From Capital to Community. Have a great day. God bless each and every one of you.